This
absolutely.
is showing it on the mandala wheel. So most often when we see like our human design charts, we just see the little like human figure with all the shapes. But there's also this really cool mandala wheel view of a chart. So this is how we can actually see how the planets are moving around in this wheel.
What should we assume people know about this mandala, about the wheel?
Assume nothing.
Oh,
I mean, as any like good educator is just assume there's at least somebody who is watching who knows nothing, even if there's other people who know lots, and then we
well,
could just they
well,
can hear it again.
it's really strange because so the astrology wheel obviously did the movement of the zodiacs. This is that thing in the center is us, and each of these gates represents our trip around the sun. So, or you picture this, you can picture it two ways. You can picture this wheel around the sun fixed, and as we go around, we just go through each gate. Or you can picture it, which is sort of more true, it's around us in a fixed orientation. As we go around the sun, it just goes around each gate. And so either way, this is the movement of the sun and the earth through the wheel. All the planets move through this wheel. And you see the numbers are all basically, out of order, but they're still 1 through 64. They're all on this. And it breaks down into this amazing movement. Moni and I, we were talking about this the other night. What did we get through? What cross did we do? I forgot.
It was the contagion, and then I can grab my book. It's right here, actually.
Well,
Cross of contagion, and then it went into like the, or no, it was explanation. Then it was contagion.
right. And we actually did explanation, and then it would have been the juxtaposition cross of assimilation, and then it would have been something probably dedication.
Yep, and then it went into 8.
Into contagion. So we just discussed it took us like 30 minutes just to get through that, the movement. And what I'm trying to point out here is as we move around the sun, each of these gates gets moved into, as well does all the planets move through the gates and everything that's programming us. And basically what ends up happening is this is our genetic path. This is what moves us. And the sun, earth move us the most, the nodes the next most. And we can count on exactly what the program wants us to keep re-experiencing before we evolve our consciousness, our awareness. The program's clearly interested in our consciousness, our awareness, our ideas, the things we do with them. I don't know what else to say about that, but it's clearly because here we are. And this thing is the thing that keeps moving us. It's an amazing study. Anyone who's advanced enough wants to talk about this someday. We should really put this on the show for a topic. But
Oh yeah, those things
so
all feel like will come naturally. All the like the next topics of excited things we want to share with
oh God,
everybody.
there's so many. It's endless.
Yeah, and just to reiterate with this wheel, so it's going around counterclockwise. So
Mm.
currently the sun is in gate 20, and then 180 degrees exactly across is the earth in the gate 34 of power. So these are going to continue to move around in this counterclockwise fashion, exactly 180 degrees apart.
Exactly. And you'll see here the earth is where we are grounded. And that grounding is a really big deal because think of what it takes to grow a flower, right?
Mm.
The power and the power of the sun, which is the sun, represents our movement, this driving movement in us, and a driving force, and it plows into the earth and it raises up a flower, raises up what we eat, trees that live
Mhm.
for 1,000 years, you name it, animals, us, everything.
Mm.
And so the grounding is just so important because this is the yin, this is mother. Everything comes down to what gets grounded. The yang energy of the sun can do all the smashing it wants, but if the grounding doesn't raise it up, you got nothing, honey.
Mhm.
You could
Yeah, if
make
you
the
have a
same argument in reverse, but
yeah,
it's limp in reverse. It's
yeah.
like a wet noodle in reverse,
Yeah,
you
it's a
know.
beautiful sacred complementarity of like you can have like the most amazing seeds in the world, but if you just put them out in the sun, nothing's going to happen until you have good earth to put it into, to nourish it, to contain it. And then that with that power of the sun, then we can have beautiful growth.
And seeds is a beautiful analogy because the seeds carry the genetic information that grow up the thing. And this even the seeds will mutate over time, how they're spilled. And we mutate along this wheel over tracks of tens or hundreds of thousands of years. We can see it all. To when the larynx dropped, about 80,000 years ago, to when Neanderthal changed into the seven-centered being called Cro-Magnon, all of it. It's all there to when we turned into our nine-centered, to where 2027 is going to turn us into, it's going to actually blend things again. If you want to know what all the gates are in the wheel, go all the way around the wheel in order of the wheel and read all the first lines. And they will tell you what the foundation of this archetypal power is. And each one of them is an archetype of unto itself. So gate 20, contemplation, the gate of now. It's this recognition in the now, which transforms understanding into right action. Now, understand that's a genetic way inside of humanity. And look at the chops. Gate 20 looks like one of those. If you look to the right, you'll see this was how the Chinese I Ching guys wrote it out. It looks like one of their Chinese pillars, one of those scenes, a little arch you'd see along a path that does nothing but separates the step before from the step after, right? The arch doesn't lead to anything. It's just on the path. But every time you step through one, there's always a sense of there was my step before, my step ahead, and all I am right now is this arch. And that's what they chose to draw it with. Being in the throat, it's about empowerment, and it's part of the integration circuitry. So it's deeply concerned with its contemplation in the now and its self-empowerment. So it really serves a dual purpose. It's part of the individual circuitry, so it's empower the other in the now. It's part of integration, so it's self-empower myself. I survive now. My behavior makes me aware that I survive with the power I need to have right now. That's what integration says. And so it's a pure existential gate, keeping you focused in the present, supporting your capacity to basically survive as yourself. Yeah, I was just saying that. These are great lines. And then the last thing about gate 20 is because it's so existential and it's so right now, the melancholy there is I don't like right now. I just don't like right now. Right now always sucks. Right now always sucks. And this would be a very powerful, you know, want to numb that out. If it gets loud enough, numb it out. Scrolling, you know, just think of all the ways we numb out. Um, if you have gate 20 in your body graph, you are now. This is now in the sky, and it creates a definition. The channel of charisma is empowered through the throat to speak, I am now. That's its voice, I am now. And so the first line of this, as I recall, was superficiality. It's about, yeah. And so it goes through all six lines, and it ends with basically this transitional greatness of I forgot what the fifth and sixth lines of this are, but they're
realism and wisdom.
Wisdom. Yes, they bring us to wisdom, but not before you start at the surface. So superficiality in an old seven-centered sense seems lame, and superficiality in a nine-centered sense says, I'm deep on the surface right now. I'm deep on the surface. I think that's great. On the surface, you probably get about 85% of what you need to build your house. For instance, if you were super quick at picking up things deeply in the now on the surface. And then the fine finish work comes over time. So this surface place is the starting. This is where humanity started being now. And it's carried us through. This gate is, if you have this in your body graph, you are right now. And if you don't know what to do with that, call in, we'll read for you, and then you will.
There you go.
Anything else about 20?
Well, one of the things I wanted to make sure to explain, so just so everyone knows what's going on the slide. So the circle with the dot in the middle, that is going to be the little glyph that you're going to see that's demarcating. It's like a little symbol for the sun. So when you look on your human design chart at the very tippy top on either side, you're going to have that circle with the dot in it, and that's just a little symbol to represent the sun. And then
Yep.
Danny already mentioned this on the right side. We have the hexagram, the I Ching hexagram that is associated with the 20.
Right. Now that I Ching hexagram is a 5,400-year-old character, one of 64. Just to keep that in mind is really potent.
Oh yeah, and just as like a little bit more explanation on that, you have the broken lines and the unbroken lines. So the unbroken lines are the masculine part of the energy, and then the two-part lines are the feminine part of the energy, and that receptive. So you have the electric masculine, and then the magnetic receptive feminine.
The yin and the yang.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got gate 34 next to look at, which is the earth.
Yep.
There we go. You want to read it?
So the driving force is right now. And this makes a definition. 3420 is a channel, the channel of charisma. It's where awareness must become deed in the now. And if not, then it hurts. And by the way, this definition guarantees a manifesting generator, period. Whether emotional or not, there can be no other, you know, type for this definition. Um, Power of the great. Power is only great when its display or use serves the common good. Now, that is a nine-centered phrase. Back in our seven-centered way, this power of the great was the power to do what the first line called it, was simply be a bully. In our new nine-centered way, that because think of what 34 is pointing at, all through integration, right? It empowers integration with the sacral, and the sacral sustaining empowerment is obviously, that's the life force of this planet. And so as that empowers the other gates, 57, 20, 20, and 10, you've got individual circuitry and you've got integration circuitry. And so both of those are trying to force out its power to empower the other and itself now, just like 20. So both of these gates are working as a power to empower right now. And when you sum it all up, the channel itself just says busy. I am busy. I am busy now, even if they're not even doing anything. Hey, dude, can you know I'm busy? Hey, you want to know I'm busy, right? Busy what? Whatever. I'm gonna go cut the grass. Busy. I don't know. Um, and there always this sense of pressurized busyness, and we need that. I would like to point something out that you and I would totally get behind when this definition is in place. Um, Obviously, it serves several different of the incarnation crosses, but think about how this serves the vessel. I mean, gate 10 isn't part of this channel at all. The channel hugs gate 10 and it sits there protecting the vessel, saying, Vessel, you can tap in anytime. You will always be self empowered because that channel is strictly integration. So it says that the love of yourself on this planet is supposed to be first and foremost a self-survival skill. And we'll make sure you have extra juice because this is in opposition in the wheel, which means it'll show up more often. It'll show up more often. Um, and so that's what this is doing. So that's the grounding. The grounding says, hey, so what you should be feeling this week while this is in the sky is basically, I'm busy now. I had energy I didn't realize I had. Oh my God, it's showing up. I want to get this done and get that done. Oh, I notice I'm deaf to the other, sort of. I'm busy. God, I can't tell what I should do. I'm busy. And the world keeps giving you things to respond to. And if you just be yourself, you'll start responding to everything. And then you'll get burnt out a little, and then you won't, and just live it because lots of stuff gets done when 3420 is in the sky. Just plan a break afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Is that true? Is
Oh,
your
absolutely.
experience?
As an undefined sacral being, as a projector, like, I know when the 3420 is lit up in the sky, like, I will when I'm up and about, like, I will have energy to, like, do a whole bunch of stuff, but, like, it definitely is, like, really big up, and then it's just, like, go, 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 and if I'm in that shadowy, not knowing when enough is enough with the undefined sacral, then I can definitely, like, wear out myself and just get super buzzy and do too much. So definitely recommended for all my projectors, my manifestors, my reflectors, my undefined sacral beings. Like, you can play with this energy, enjoy it,
All day
enjoy
long
that little bit
service.
of buzz, but like,
Yep.
you're getting high on someone else's supply. So know that, like, try to lay down more frequently. You don't gotta sleep, you don't gotta nap, I don't care what you're doing. Just be horizontal so you can discharge some of that energy, because otherwise it can just be like buzz, 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 and then you'll eventually break.
And you will fit the definition of myself. I'm busy now
Yeah.
because I have this definition in my body graph. That's why I don't really notice it that much,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So so the first line of gate 34 is it, can we go into the first line of gate 34?
Yeah, we can. Did you read the potent and impressive source? Did we read that part?
No, I don't think. Oh, yeah. Can you read that? You're
Yeah.
right. Sorry,
So
missed
no,
that.
it's fine. So the gate 34 off of the sacral, right? It's that pure power. It's a potent and impressive source of energy, empowering us towards individuation, displaying and celebrating your uniqueness to the world.
Literally. And 34 doesn't always feel so celebratory, but it wants to. It wants to. And in an awake world, it would.
It wants
Uh,
to feed it.
it just wants to feed into the release of its power. And
Yeah.
when When it's awake, it wants to do that. And when it's literally like awake, as in not sleeping, that's what it would care to do. Please give it tons so you can wear itself out,
Mm.
is what I would call it. And this again, the earth is with the cross in the center. That's the symbol. And on the right hand side, the chop. They had a meaning for each chop. So this one was this tiny little cup that's supported by a big heavy base. That's sort of what this looking at. And so anything you put in there is gonna sustain and stay right there. Literally, they came up with a meaning of each of these different configurations. I can't do it justice. We should all read the I Ching one day, but that deep fluid meaning that they would come up with as they would stare into this figure of a hexagram on the right, they would then write some poetry about it. So pretty
Good
cool.
stuff. Yeah, and then the line 1 is the bully. It's the indiscriminate use of power.
Yeah. So this is a crossover from our seven-centered way. Just mind you, busy now with all my power right now in an act called survival right now, because that's what integration is in self-preservation and survival, period. Self-concern. So all this power coming out of this gate is literally just we needed this. We needed the bullet. So look at lines 1 through 6 as an also larger evolutionary path. Just like we got through the realism and into the wisdom of 20, 34. What's 5 and 6 of 34? Because I have 20 gate 5 and 20 and 34 gate 5.
So line 1 goes from the bully, and then line 5 is annihilation, the total elimination of resistance. And
That's
then, should I go with line 6 or should I
Yep.
pause?
Yeah, line 6.
So line 6 then goes to common sense, knowing
Right.
when enough is enough.
Hello. So when you every time you read up on a gate from 1 to 6, you're also reading a larger evolutionary path. I mean, we're all supposed to be getting to the fifth and sixth lines of things at this point as it relates to our own evolution in humanity. So we started as a bully. We needed it. This was a guaranteed must-have in humanity, even through Neanderthal into Cro-Magnon. Because what did this do? It put its shoulder to the wheel. Is you just have to bully the tree over. You need to get the liquid out of it. You know what I mean? The woolly mammoth's coming
You gotta
after
get
you.
stuff done sometimes.
We got to hunt. We got to whatever. Everything was a bully job. You had to bully everything just
Yeah.
for a roof over your head.
Yeah,
You know,
nature's tough. Like, nature is
nature
tough. We're
stuff.
very comfortable now. We're
What's this,
extremely comfortable now, but,
what
like,
was that
getting through,
TV
like, some
show?
hard stuff, woof.
Yeah, what was that reality show they threw on Alone and Naked or something on an
Oh,
island?
yeah. Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
You
the
had to what, last
Survivor
a
times
week
10.
or something? Yeah,
Yeah.
or a week or a month. Yeah, so that's a big deal. So that was them. So we needed this. It was a must-have, and it stayed with us this whole time. So that bully, literally in a nine-centered being, that bully is about the power to stay with being yourself. And I have to tell you, this is again, gate 10 of the vessel of love demands that 3420 serve it. Essentially, I mean, because there it is. It's only on the left-hand side. 3420 doesn't serve much else. It doesn't touch the right. It doesn't touch the head. Doesn't touch the root. All it touches is the spleen and the G and the now, the throat. And so it's pretty potent that way. So the bully now is the bully to be yourself. Think of when you are yourself, like out loud. It's an offensive act, right? You got to show up with power, or you're going to buckle. Right? I mean,
Yeah,
when you're authentically yourself, there's so many circles that it's like, will you tone it down? Will you be normal? The madness of normal mind, unbelievable. Um, right? And so, in a nine-centered awake generator, or anybody really with this gate, the bully is there to is a perfect foundation of gate 34. Screw you, I have power to be myself. That's our main survival. In the beginning, as seven-centered beings, it was, I don't even know to say screw you, but I got to go kill it. Right. Um, and so we've always needed this, and it has pushed us towards. Dude, so many of us have common sense. The common sense is trying to win out the stupid info wars going on in our nations, right? Western nations these days. There's a lot of common sense talking out there saying we gotta quell this nonsense. Um, and annihilation. I have that gate, that line. It's It's a power that tries to annihilate the resistance and then return everything to a normal function. That's the realism. The realism is you can't keep it there. You can't stay mad. You can't stay power on. You'll burn out. It's only there for releases, and
Mm,
that's all it's for. And it annihilates very when there is reason and when people have realisticness going on in gate 20. The annihilism, to annihilate the resistance, is really to help set things straight again. Because if there's a bunch of chatter and a bunch of stupid going on, the bully comes in and in a more fifth line way projects out, right? Universalizes. No, not that, this. And when do
mm,
they? Right now. And how long did they contemplate it? Like a good generator, responsively in the now.
mm.
So yay.
That's
That's grounding. That's what we're supposed to be. So all the babies born today, this is the Phoenix.
yeah.
All the babies born today are right now busy little Phoenix babies. Yep.
Hmm.
Hello world. So I'm done. I feel
Yeah, I
good.
feel good with this side. We got one last slide.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I
just
love this one.
isn't this one fun? Just to like show the polarity aspect of it and like that relationship of the wheel and those the gates that are 180 degrees apart in that polarity. So if you notice with the hexagrams on the left side, we have the sun, gate 20, and that now and that contemplation. And we have the feminine gates on the bottom with the two masculine yang gates up top. And if you notice the earth in 34 power, it's an exact mirror. So they
Yep.
offer us a mirror in this energy where the four bottom ones are the yang, the two top ones are the yin. And
Oh
within the
yeah. That looks like an incredible polarity when I see this, doesn't it? It just looks like an incredible polarity, holding it in like a magnetic pull, making
mhm.
this making this, something that would be a life force inside of humanity. Who came up with the keynotes? Heaven, thunder, wind, earth.
That's what the I Ching. So like the three open broken lines are the feminine, that's earth, and then are at the very bottom of them. And then on the right side, the three closed ones are yang, that's the pure masculine, that's heaven. So it's kind of interesting that 34, which is pure
Whoa.
sacral power, is heaven, is thunder over heaven,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Heaven is really cute, but I need to display power now.
well,
Right?
an
Is that what?
expression of it, right? So it's like the
Right.
the, the heaven, the beauty, the majesty of it, and that thunder expressing the power. And then on the flip side, with the 20, with that contemplation, the now, it is grounded in the earth, which is that receptive, and the wind, which is always blowing, and it's blowing in this present moment. What is the wind doing in this moment?
Wow. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
the wind is moving the pollen around and planting the earth.
Mhm.
That's one of the things wind does. That's probably its primary function. I wouldn't doubt if we were able to ask the gods. They'd be like, well, wind, we want weather and we need some rain, but we need to move those seeds around. You know?
Yeah,
So
how
it's
beautiful and perfect the creation is just
yeah.
like awesome.
I always imagine I'm talking to God as if he's like some dude from 34th Street that's like common sense and I can chill.
Do you have anything else to say for the transit weather?
Just
You feel
be
good?
busy now, enjoy your busyness now, and remember contemplation doesn't happen the step after the little crossing in the path, and it doesn't happen the step before. It only happens right now, period. Like an
That's so
event
good.
horizon, right? An event horizon, a series of event horizons. That is what contemplation is. They're always right now, a second later now, a second later now. Live there. You'll love it.
I feel so good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Danny.
I like it.
That's
I like
wonderful. I love it.